tells me that the adult woman who we reported was in critical condition earlier today, she has now been pronounced dead. She was pronounced dead at the hospital, and now I'm told that D.C. police will take the lead in investigating this. We don't have any information about the circumstances of this or the identification of this woman, but there is video circulating that we are not showing right now, a disturbing video of the woman being treated inside, apparently inside the Capitol building today on the Capitol grounds. She is being treated there. She was transported to the hospital and she has been pronounced dead. Well, there have been multiple injuries amid the mayhem today from not only the rioters, but also police officers there who have been injured. Some have been taken to the hospital. We know of at least one. But this is the first death that we know of from what we have seen unfold there today, Wolf.
So a deadly day in addition to everything else.
Sarah?
Alex Marquardt, we see these individuals who are still marching. They're still moving around. There's a curfew supposedly in effect here in the nation's capital. They don't seem to care.
No, they don't, Wolf. We have to say that the number of Trump supporters of rioters has dramatically decreased, but there's still a very strong contingent. They are being pushed back forcefully, aggressively, but not violently by members of the Metropolitan Police Department. As we've been saying, this long line of MPD officers, some in riot gear, some not, have been slowly and methodically pushing them away from the western side of the Capitol, which is where much of this riot started this afternoon. This incursion into the Capitol building started this afternoon. So we have seen over the course of the past hour or so, as we built towards this curfew that, as you mentioned, has now been in effect for about 15 minutes, we have seen them slowly and methodically pushing people away. One interesting thing, Wolf, we just saw about a group of around 24 FBI agents heading towards the Capitol. That is one body, one law enforcement body that we had not seen earlier today. So far, it was mainly limited to different other federal law enforcement agencies as well as local law enforcement agencies. But what you're looking at now, Wolf, are the remnants of these rioters, at least from this side of the Capitol. I don't have visibility on what's happening on other sides of the Capitol. Who continue to chant and shout obscenities at law enforcement. They've been calling them traitors. They've been calling them sellouts, and they've been very, very angry. So there has been a large number of rioters have left, but there is still a strong presence. And I want to say something quickly about the symbolism. Of course, there are a lot of American flags out here, but I would say that those flags are outnumbered by Trump flags, and that really does give you a sense of where I believe the allegiance lies of so many of these rioters. Wolf?
Yeah, it's a really, really dangerous situation that's unfolding, and I suspect in the days to come, 14 days until the inauguration, it's going to become even more tense here in the nation's capital. Adoni is still with us. He's in the midst of one of the crowds that's still there. They're refusing to obey this 6 p.m. curfew. What's the latest there, Adoni?
Hey, Wolf. Yeah, we have been moved back about 100 feet beyond where the Trump supporters, members of this mob, broke through a barrier. That's where the police moved them back to 6 p.m. when the curfew came in place. And a few minutes after 6 p.m., they began pushing the crowd back. The crowd did cooperate. It was peaceful. But as we were moving, you could hear instigators, people telling members of this crowd here, to saying, make the police move you, make them move you, to almost trying to provoke some form of confrontation here. The crowd is thinning out a little bit, and behind me we can see some people who are taking down barriers and moving barriers around. There seems to be some commotion. It is quite a tense scene here, Wolf. The police seem more police are actually seem to be coming down the steps of the Capitol that I can see. So it's possible that these people who are now in breach of the 6 p.m. Washington, D.C. curfew will be moved further away from the Capitol. and we may see sorry, 1 second. Yeah, we do see more people now moving in behind this police line, so we may be moved here in the next few minutes, Wolf.
People moving in, what, closer to the police? They're refusing to move away. Is that what you're saying, Tony?
Yeah, we're seeing sort of some backup coming in for the police. But yeah, as you can see, there are some Trump supporters here who are trying to get in the police's face. Another thing, Wolf, is there's a lot of guys who are playing soldier here. They're dressed up in khakis, they're dressed up in camouflage and armor, but they don't serve their country. They're here, they think, I guess, that it's all a game. And that's the thing, Wolf. You know, all the people here, the folks that I've been speaking to here, they all just believe in this conspiracy theory taking over a not insignificant part of the American population. And we're being moved here a little bit again, Wolf. I think we should just move down the street here. You could see some police with shields been brought in here. And there's a sense, I think, in the next few moments that the police will try to push these Trump supporters further away from the Capitol. And of course, they've been here all day. They've been here from a few minutes after Trump finished speaking, that speech, which was, again, full of lies and conspiracy theories, and when those supporters reached the Capitol and breached through those barriers. So this is finally clearing the mob out after many hours, Wolf.
Are these people that you're speaking to over there? You've done excellent reporting over these past many months on some of these fringe conspiracy groups, QAnon among others, in various parts of the country. Are you seeing those kinds of people where you are right now, Donnie?
You know, Wolf, what we've learned from traveling the country over the past few months, speaking to many Trump supporters, is that so many people who support this president buy into these conspiracy theories. And although right now I can't see anybody with a sort of QAnon sticker or flag, what I have found, and it's unfortunate that, you know, as you begin talking with many of these folks, that is, they begin echoing these lines from QAnon, these conspiracy theories that get bopped around in the right-wing media circles online, on Trump media networks, alternative networks. Some folks that I've spoken to here today say they no longer watch Fox News because Fox News called the election for Biden. So that is sort of how far down a sort of rabbit hole of misinformation and mistruths that many of these people have gone down. And we are moving now. The police, as you can see there, are beginning with shields to gently and slowly try and move this line further away from the Capitol. And as you can see, these Trump supporters taking baby steps